Welcome to my programming video for the Baofeng DM1701. My name is Lindsay Foyle and my call sign is Mike 7 Uniform Lima Uniform. This video represents my experiences in programming the Baofeng DM1701 loaded with the original firmware. To download the programming software, go to www.baofengradio.com/pages/download. Scroll to the bottom of the page and select DM1701. When the pop-up opens, click the DM1701 programming software and the zip file will download onto your computer. To install the software, highlight the zip file and then select Extract All. Then click Extract. Open the DM1701 CPS folder and Programming folder. Then click the Application Setup link to install the software. If a warning message pops up, click More Info and then click Run Anyway. Follow the on-screen instructions to install the software. To run the programming software, click the CPS DM1701 icon on your desktop. Before starting your first code plug, connect your radio to the computer. In the software, click Program, then Read Data, then OK, and the radio's current settings will download into the software. In the File menu, you can open a saved code plug by using the Open option. You can save your code plug by using the Save As and Save options. The Program tab houses the options to read the current code plug from the radio, write your code plug to the radio, and also upload a CSV file of the DMR ID database. This displays a contact's call sign on the radio's display while they are transmitting. When the programming software opens, the basic information link is open on the screen. Do not edit any of the fields in this view. In the general settings, complete your call sign in the radio name field. And your radio ID in the field below. At the bottom of the general settings, select char string in the intro screen field. Then add the text that you wish to appear on the screen when the radio starts up in the intro screen line 1 and line 2 fields. Click the save icon when you wish to save your changes. You can then select where you wish to save your code plug and the name of your code plug. In the menu items link, I ticked all the boxes. You can assign specific actions to the radio's buttons. You can also set standardized text messages. The privacy settings should have been downloaded from your radio. And the same with digital emergency settings. In the Digital Contacts tab, you can set up talk groups and private contacts. You can add multiple group lists and name them. These are to categorize your contacts. You can add multiple zones. Each zone will contain a list of channels. Again, this is to make finding your channels easier. The scan list enables you to create a list of analog frequencies that the radio will scan for transmissions. The channels are where you set up your hotspot, repeater and simplex frequencies and their settings. When closing the programming software, you will be given the option to save your changes. Before setting up your code plug, decide which talk groups you need to access. Click on the Digital Contact option. Here I will add 3 additional contacts. The contact name is your identifier. This can be anything. In this case, TG9. It's a group call, and the call ID must be the talk group number, in this case 9. Repeat this process for all your required talk groups. To add a personal or direct contact, complete the contact's name, select Private Call, and then complete their radio ID number in the Call ID field. You can check your setup by closing the Contacts window and re-clicking the link. To set up your groups, open the Group Call folder. You can set up multiple group lists and name them. Right-click on the folder to add additional lists. Here I will add all of the talk groups that I created as members of the group. You cannot delete a group member if it's the only one in the group. You can check your setup by closing the Groups window and re-clicking the link. Open the Zone Information folder. Right-click on the folder and select Add. Here I will add 3 additional zones. Click on Zone 1 and name it Hotspot. Click on Zone 2 and name it Digital Rep for digital repeaters. Click on Zone 3 and name it Analog Rep for analog repeaters. Click on Zone 4 and name it Simplex. You can choose your own names for your zones, and we will return to zones later when we add our channels to each zone. When setting up channels, I set up a master channel for each zone. This allows me to copy and paste the details into any further channels I create for that zone. For our hotspot, select the digital option. Change the channel name to hotspot. Type your hotspot frequencies into the receive and transmit fields. I changed the TOT or timeout to infinite to prevent being cut off while transmitting. Select a default talk group for this channel. In this case I've selected talk group 950. Set the color code for your hotspot, in this case 1, and the repeater slot for your talk group, in this case 2. Add 3 more channels by right-clicking on the channel information folder and selecting Add. Right-click on the hotspot channel and select Copy. Then right-click on each of the new channels and select Paste. This copies the hotspot information onto each of the new channels and aids speed of setup. Click on Channel 1 and rename it TG9 for Talk Group 9. Update the contact name to TG9 and the repeater slot to 1. Talk Group 9 and Talk Group 91 are normally set on slot 1. Assign Talk Group 91 to Channel 2 in the same way. Assign Talk Group 950 to Channel 3, remembering to leave the slot set to slot 2. You have now created your first 3 channels for your hotspot. Next we will add channels for a local repeater. To add a digital repeater, open the channel information folder, right-click it and add the required number of channels. Click on channel 1. Rename channel 1 to your local repeater name, in this case NA repeater for Newton Abbot. Set the receive and transmit frequencies for the repeater. Set the TOT to infinite. Change the channel mode to digital. Select the correct group list. Select the required group from the contact name field. Select the correct color code for your repeater. Remember, this is repeater specific. Finally, select the repeater slot for your chosen talk group. Close the channel window. Right-click on the NA repeater channel and select Copy. Then right-click and paste onto channel 2, 3 and 4. They will then all have the same settings as the NA repeater. Then rename, set contact name and time slot for each of the additional channels you require for the NA repeater zone. TG9 Newton Abbot, TG91 Newton Abbot, TG950 Newton Abbot, etc. To add an analog repeater, open the channel information folder, right-click it, and add the required number of channels. Click on channel 1. Make sure the channel mode is set to analog. Rename channel 1 to your local repeater name, in this case GB7TQ. Set the timeout time to infinite. Set the receive and transmit frequencies for your repeater. Then set the repeater's CTCSS code, in this case 94.8. Your analog repeater is now set up. To add a simplex channel, open the channel information folder, right-click it, and add the required number of channels. Click on channel 1, make sure the channel mode is set to analog, and rename channel 1 to the simplex channel name, in this case S20.145.5. Set the receive and transmit frequencies. Set the TOT to infinite. Your simplex channel is now set up. To set up a scan list, open the scan list folder and click on Scan List. Add your analog simplex frequencies to the scan list. Remove any digital channels. You can add additional scan lists by right-clicking on the scan list folder and then clicking Add. To add your channels to their zones, open the Zone Information folder and click Hotspot. You can add your channels to either channel A or channel B of the zone. Here I add my talk groups to channel A. Remove the master channel from channel A. Then I add my simplex channels to channel B. Next, open your digital repeater zone and add your talk groups to channel A. Again, I add my simplex channels to channel B. Open the analog repeater zone, add the analog repeaters to channel A or channel B as required. Open the simplex zone and add your simplex channels to channel A or channel B as required. Your zones are now set up. When you select a zone, channels in channel A will be at the top of the screen on your radio, and channels B will be at the bottom of your screen. I recommend saving your code plug and creating backups regularly during the process. You will get the option to save your code plug if you shut the programming software down. If you wish to name or save the code plug as you go along, click File, then Save As to name the code plug, or click the Save icon if you wish to save the file with the same name. Once your code plug is ready, click the Program option and then select Write Data. Click OK and your code plug will upload to the radio. While uploading, the screen on the radio will display a message, PC Program USB Mode. In order to see the call sign for received transmissions, you will need to download a CSV database from radioid.net. There is an annual subscription of $12 for these downloads. Because the Baofeng 1701 can only hold 120,000 contacts, I limited the download to UK, Europe, and other smaller countries. Once you have your CSV file on your computer, click the Program option, then select Write Contacts. Next, click Import. Once the file is successfully imported, click OK. Then click Write and the CSV file will be uploaded to your radio. While uploading, the screen on the radio will display a message, PC Program USB Mode. You are now ready to make your first over with your Baofeng 1701. 7 3s from Mike 7 Uniform Lima Uniform.